with Andrew Klazinga, a robot engineer and chief executive officer at Klazrobotics, as well as Ebrahim Sadien from I Love Robotics. We are discussing robotics and the future of that in South Africa. No, we're not talking about traffic lights.
No.
If you've got any questions about robotics, comment on our Facebook page, EKSE Live. Our social media question is, if you could create a robot to do any task, what would it do?
I feel like I would answer that a bit later because I feel like I still want to know more about robotics.
Definitely.
But make sure you guys are heading onto our social media platforms and let us know. First question.
So, you know, we've discussed on the show previously artificial intelligence. And when people hear AI, they kind of, you know...
Conspiracy.
Exactly. They either swing one way or the other, and every movie ever always addresses the moral component of, you know, like, where's the line?
Yeah.
So before, you know, it's bringing us to machine learning, what would you guys say about artificial intelligence?
Well, I think one of the big challenges of artificial intelligence is try to make it as neutral as possible so that it doesn't, you know, when artificial intelligence is being created by a human being, that person has biases and that can be inputted into what is created. So that's one of the major challenges we're facing currently. We live in a world which isn't the most equitable, and engineers and software developers are of a specific demographic. So
there's a constant like teetering of...
Exactly that. So what you need is to have your AI to be created in such a way that it has values which actually covers the vast majority of the world as opposed to the person sitting behind the keyboard just pounding away in its. So that's one of the big challenges at the moment.
Gotcha. And that is a challenge to try to figure out the happy medium between that.
Yep.
Another happy medium that I'm happy to hear about is that in 2023, schools will be adding robotics as well as coding into the 2023 school curriculum. I think that is so amazing in the curriculum. How do you feel about that, and what does that look like for our young people here in Saudi?
Finally. So there's two aspects of that. The first one is that everything, right now, ATMs, your money, your cars, cameras, everything runs on software and robotics and hardware, and no one knows how to use it.
Yeah.
So you live in a world where nothing you understand. Back in the day, you could fix a car with a hammer and a mallet, but now you have to program the systems, plug the computers in like that. At the same time, kids also, even if they're not going to use coding, they now know what's possible in the future.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they're also learning logic puzzles. Robotics says a lot much about, I need to remove the weeds from my garden.
Yeah.
How do I do that? Well, there's light, like sensors, what light, how far, what's the distances, what's the motor speed. It teaches you how to break down a problem into simple aspects and solve them step by step by step. So that logical aspect, which also improves IQ as well.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether you can use it in the future or not, it still has a big importance in your life.
Right, got you.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know, technology and robotics specifically is constantly advancing. And so just like I was bringing up, you know, coding being brought into schools and families and parents wanting to expose their kids to robotics. But why is it important that kids understand? Why is it important that children sort of get involved in this topic?
Well, I think it's because at this point in time, we actually surrounded everything in our lives almost revolves around information technology, whether it's the phone in your pocket or what you're watching on television and things that are being streamed, those sorts of things. So it's very important that at this point, kids are equipped and trained and develop an interest in technology and education that for a world that we can't even imagine, because information technology accelerates development so fast. I mean, in 20 to 30 years' time, we don't have any idea where AI, robotics, are we going to be living on Mars? Those sorts of things are going to be. So the best thing we can do is actually equip through education from a very early stage and an excitement around science, technology, and engineering so that kids are equipped for literally the world of tomorrow.
And now that we have our young future in our minds and we're thinking about them and how we're going to involve this, I want to find out, what does the future of robotics and coding look like, not just in South Africa, but what does it mean for the world in general? Like, do you think it's proceeding? I mean, we're already in the 4th industrial revolution, so you think it's proceeding in the right way? What does it look like for us in the future?
Yeah, so one big disadvantage of robotics is it's expensive. So we'll always find it where the business first comes. So farmers, whether it's drones looking for trees that have problems, better tractors like that, self-driving cars. Eventually, we've already got some in the home, like Roombas, like cleaning, like that. Eventually, we'll get now, I mean, what they're now doing already in America is if you have a parcel, like Amazon, they deliver by drone, or the vehicle self-drives to your door, the robot walks out, picks up the package, puts it in your doorstep and comes back in. That already exists now. So they put it on door like that. So delivery, packaging, sorting out warehouses. They're already doing indoor garden, they're farming indoor in the middle of a city underground now. So you've got underground farming.
But some might worry about job security.
Yes.
If we get enough robots to do stuff, then why do we need humans? Why do we need to pay humans?
So, it's called Robotics. So, if I tell you right now, count to a trillion and name all the prime numbers, go.
Yeah.
You go, no.
I'm not sorry,
A computer will do like this in a second. But if I tell the computer, pick up that plant, they're going to go, no. So, there's certain advantages of machines, advantages of computers.
Okay,
Put them together. So, in the warehouse, the machine will be sorting things out, but like, for instance, the recycling will be sorted out, but then the human will go, no, that's wrong, that's right. I want to put it over there instead. So, you combine it called Robotics like that.
Okay, that's
So
good.
the humans will remain in manager position.
power.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much once again to our
Yeah.
fantastic
Thank
guests
you
for
guys so
joining here
Okay,
today.
cool.
But I wanted to know if just one more thing, if people want to get hold of you guys and understand more about robotics or get involved, how can they do that?
Yeah, so you can contact us via the website, iloverobotics.co.za. Also drop me a mail, info@iloverobotics.co.za, or give us a call, 703-9899.
That's awesome.
Yes, you can find us on our website, or you can find us on our social media. Otherwise, next year we are creating something called Team Robot, which is going to be education for schools and kids as well. If they want to learn how to build drones, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So keep that. It'll be posted on the Klazrobotics stuff. So keep that in mind if you want to. Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gents,
That's
keep that in mind, and hopefully your minds are as triggered as mine. I feel like
I know
I'm
I have so
excited.
many more questions and I've got more answers.
I think maybe I
would.
shouldn't be a two presenter, guys. I should be
we walk
working
out
with.
now?
Let's just stand up and go. Ladies and gents, hopefully you guys are inspired as well. Remember, we have a question on our social media. What robots would you like to see, Robbies?